becomes more people-centered, focusing on the people that we deal with. And we are making efforts to change, one, the public perception. And perception is truth. The public perception of healthcare in Grenada. And that starts with our people within the ministry, our doctors, our nurses, our service providers, our administration within the Ministry of Health. Changing the way they do business, changing the way they do business in the eyes of the people, of displaying to the people a better heart and caring mannerism. So I take on all of the complaints and all of the comments that we have received from the public. Adjustments are continually being made, but it is a never-ending process that we look forward to continuing this journey, listening to the people. It's not just about providing better facilities. It is about providing better service to our people. So, Mr. Speaker, I look forward to coming back to this House and giving regular reports on, one, the facilities that are being improved, but in particular, the way in which the public is interacting and the benefits the public are receiving with respect to healthcare. For instance, Mr. Speaker, in the area of dialysis, there have been significant cries from members of the public for us to treat or deal with the issue of dialysis. Right now it is being dealt with private providers through government support in some form or fashion. We are well on the way to having that second provider start up operations, as well as having a mobile screening unit to be traveling around the island, and also have identified the need and will identify that qualified person to be a nephrologist here, a resident nephrologist in Grenada, to be able to deal with the increasing challenges with respect to dialysis here in Grenada. We have started the process of peritoneal dialysis being offered at the hospital. It is in its infancy. The first set of patients have been on treatment, and we have been going through the various teething problems to make sure that this process, while treating those patients, that we treat them, one, in a humane manner, but two, as efficiently and effectively as possible. So there are constant upgrades. But as always with healthcare, there will be constantly the need to do better always. So I look forward to working with you, with my colleagues and the people in making sure that we constantly improve healthcare in Grenada. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Representative, for...
Good morning, Grenada. And my name is Devon Romain. And as you have been hearing the presentation by the Minister of Health, and so briefing us in Parliament as to where the state of health is. And so we do apologize for our late start and so this morning, but it was necessary though to play the Minister of Health speech in Parliament and so that in its sense will be part of the base for our discussion this morning, right? And I want to say a pleasant good morning to everyone, right, who have just joined us, who have been listening, and so those of you on the live and everything like that, good morning to you and welcome to Hard Talk, right? And as usual, our topics and so is educational, truthful, and so, and we'll try our best today to expand a bit on some of the health issues that we have in this country at this point in time, where we at and where we are going. And so a pleasant good morning again to all our citizens here in Grenada, Carriacou and PD Martinique. We are coming to you live from 89.5 CRFM out there in Monjalou, 97.5 City Song in the River Road, 92.9 Sister Isle in Carriacou. Morning to Carriacou and PD Martinique. And We Vibes Radio out there in Brooklyn, 94.9, right? Hey, and you can give us a call, right? Join the discussion or anything that you is of importance that you want to discuss, and so give us a call. The number is 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. So give us a call, join the conversation. Don't just listen, but hey, contribute. Let us hear from you. And so as we prolong, this morning. Good morning to all of our police officers, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, all the different arms, and so to all of our doctors and nurses, right, our teachers, our parents, wherever you are this morning. Good morning to you, and it's a beautiful morning in Spice Country, pure Grenada, and so now as you've been listening earlier on, we heard the Minister of Health, and so giving some brief remarks as to partly the state of health in our country and some of the things government has been doing and is about to do in terms of developing and making health much better accessible and so for the Grenadian people, right? Because I always say health is the wealth of our country, right? We must stay healthy. We must continue to be a healthy people, right? If we want to contribute, if we want to continue to build, right, this country, one of the pillars is to remain healthy, right? And we have to start that from as young, right, as baby, right? Start practicing, good health things, things that you should be doing in terms of what you eat and what you drink, and so. We have heard the Minister of Health letting us know in his Parliament speech and so that the new wing of the General Hospital, okay, hopefully sometime this year, by November, right, we should see, if not fully operational, but operational, and so. And that is good news, right, because for over 5 years, right, more than that, because when in 2008 NDC came into office, they basically neglected that wing, that new wing, right, of the hospital, which is so important, right, for the continued development of our health service, right? They basically neglected. Nothing was done about it. In 2013, when the new National Party government returned, they ensured that work commenced, right, on that structure. Take a visit to the General Hospital and see for yourself. See the improvements, see the accommodation, the more accommodation for the different services that will be provided by the Ministry of Health, right? There are a number of things that at this point in time, citizens have to go to private clinic and perhaps abroad, right, to get that type of service. Very soon, that will be a thing of the past, right? Putting in place a number of services, right, that are not basically provided by the hospital will be provided. And that is good news for our citizens, right? Good news in terms of getting the right health facilities here in Grenada and ensuring that our people are treated, right? When they come up with different types of diagnose different type of disease, and so instead of when persons get ill, you have to worry about the expense, right, and the traveling abroad to ensure, right, that your loved ones and so is being well treated or taken care of. The Ministry of Health over the last 3-4 years, under the leadership of Minister Steele, has embarked on a number of things to improve the health system in our country. And it is visible, very, very visible. As I was just saying, the new wing of the hospital, right? It's about to be commissioned very soon, right? You have work is being done on Princess Alice Hospital, right? Princess Alice Hospital in St. Andrews. Take a look for yourself. Go and see, right? They have already been commissioned the X-ray unit up there. Now they are putting in other services to be made available for the people of St. Andrews and the surrounding areas. That is good news. You know, when you're getting good news of having health, good, proper health facilities close to your area, you feel comfortable, right? Knowing that if there's any emergency with either you or your family, right, very close that there is adequate medical facilities to do what needs to be done. That is what the Ministry of Health has been embarking on over the last couple of years, right? Look at the improvements in the hospital. Princess Royal in Karakou, very soon work will commence, right, on the upgrading and so, right, of that hospital, making it much easier, right, more services available to the people of Karakou and PT Martinique. That is what we need. Not talk, but action, providing the services for our people. That is what this government is doing. We have seen over the years, right, I mean, the neglect in our health services. And so, but now, you have seen a strengthening, right? More resilience, more effort is being made by this government to ensure that proper and more health services is brought to the people of Grenada. Make no mistake about that. You know, there was a time when the whole question of dialysis, right, was a big issue in terms of how you can be treated and the cost and everything like that. Now this government is making it much easier at this point in time to access that type of treatment. And very soon, right, very soon, more is being done at this point in time, and very soon you will see your Grenadians will know that they don't have to worry when they have to get treatment and so on and concerning your kidney and all these type of things, right? The Ministry of Health has been working to ensure, right, that more health services, proper health facilities, right, is being brought to the people of Grenada. Take a look at the different health centers around Grenada, well equipped. Primary health care is on the move, right? If we can upgrade or continue to upgrade all our health centers around our island, we will definitely take the load off of the General Hospital, the Princess Alice, Princess Royal Hospital, and so when it comes to minor treatment and so that can be done, right, in these health centers. That is what we need. We need persons to use. Continue to use more, right, of our health centers and so before you rush to the hospital. That is why they are being upgraded. That is why they are being equipped, right? So most services can be provided through that primary health system. They say that this government does not care about its citizens. That is far from the truth. And this government has proven it, not just in health, but a number of other things that have been provided by this government. But health is very, very important, and that is what the government's priority, one of the government's main priority is providing proper, decent health care to the people of this country by whatever means. The Ministry of Health, right, and the Vector Control Division has been embarking over the last couple of weeks, right, in the eradication of the mosquitoes, right, that are infested in different communities. For weeks now, they have been going around ensuring that the different areas in different parishes are being fogged, right, to minimize the effect, right, of the mosquitoes, especially the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which is the carrier of most of the diseases like dengue and all these type of things, right? And they are appealing to us as citizens to give them their support in whatever way we can, helping clean the surroundings, report areas that you know there are concentration of rats and mosquitoes and these type of things. We need to play our part in ensuring that we have a healthy society, right? Healthy villages, and so that we can live in, our children can live in. We must take health serious, just as this government is doing. As a people, we must play our part. We must play our part in ensuring, right, that our societies, our restaurants, wherever we go and dwell, wherever we part is healthy, right? Let us call on the number of persons who continue to just litter right around the town or even in the villages. And so we need to do better than that. We need to prevent. We need to take preventative measures and not just wait for when there is an outbreak, we rush to take measures or put measures in place. No. As a people, we have a responsibility. It is on us to take care of ourselves, to protect our environment. We live in it, not just the government ministers or those who work in the Ministry of Health. We all do. And if we take part, right, together in ensuring that this country remain clean, it will be a much healthier country. I want to make an appeal also to the different persons utilizing the different bus terminals around our nation. We have heard the cries, we have seen it with our eyes, right? Persons are just blatantly littering. For example, in St. George's at bus terminus, right? The Ministry of Health, the Port Authority has been trying their best. They have been providing lots of bins right around the bus terminus to ensure that we dispose of our garbage properly. But what do? We go and sit down and have fun and eat and drink and just turn around and fling it at the back of us. Horrible sight. Horrible, horrible sight. We need to do better than that. I'm not blaming just the bus drivers or conductors and so on, but us as a people, we must be mindful. It's not just us alone that is using that. Look at when the tourist ships and so comes in. I mean, you would want to ensure that the first thing that they see is a beautiful part of Grenada, that port. Let us not make it a dumping site. Let us cut the practice of littering, especially around our bus terminals. We know a lot of people is gathering around there. There are toilets provided. There is bins provided. We need to practice good health. We need or we want our children to learn from our good practices. Yes, we're not perfect, but if we continue to practice, right, good health, good hygiene practices and so, Grenada will be a much better place. Much better place. Right? The Ministry of Health continues its fogging program and so throughout the island. Today, Thursday, the 26th of July, the town of Grenville from 5 p.m. Right? They will be going around fogging and so from 5 p.m. Right now, you may see a lot of persons from the Ministry of Health through Grenville and different areas and so trying to locate areas, hotspots, what you call them, right? Areas that, has been either infested or needed attention, and so they will be going through identifying them, and later on from 5, we'll have them commencing the fogging program and so for around Grenville, the town of Grenville and so. So those of you who are listening, right, and so pass the message around to persons around the Grenville that, from 5 p.m. this afternoon, Thursday, right, the fogging team in the Ministry of Health will be in your area. So taking necessary precautions. Those of you suffering from that are asthmatic case and so sinus and these type of things, take a different precaution. Either leave the area for a few minutes and so, right? Take out, for example, you may have a disabled person within the home. You may need to remove them or you may need to protect them. Please do not lock up your houses. Open up the windows and let the fog go through so it can be effective, right, when it is disbursed. All right, and so let us help. Let us play our part in ensuring Grenada remain not just beautiful, not just our people being beautiful or the beautiful scenery and so, but health-wise, we must ensure, right, that we play our part to keep this beautiful country, right, of ours, right, healthy. Give us a call, right? It's an open line. We can discuss not just health, but whatever you want to discuss. Good morning to all of you on the live, and hey, welcome wherever you are joining us and so on. Thanks for all your contributions and so on. Continuing to like and share, right, as we move along with the program, right? Our number is 440-7377, 440-7377, and the overseas line 347-329-3101. Yeah, this week, hey, it's me solo, trying my best, myself and Nazim. No, not Nazim Buck, Nazim Benjamin. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello. Okay, apparently we lost that call. Give us a call and let us know what's on your mind, and so be a part of this program. It's Hard Talk. I don't think it's the most controversial, but it's the most informative, plain speaking, and truthful talk program we have in this nation. Make no mistake about that. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Devon.
Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
And good morning to Grenada, Cookie Martin. And morning to Sheldon Scott. I'm listening to you. That is something we talk about every day, about the littering and everything, in this country. And in the bus terminal around the city, we have been in the bus terminal. And when we get bill to pay we monthly rent, they have a charge on that bill for garbage bill. And people there, whenever they sit to eat a lunch, or they buy a water, they buy a Coke, Fanta, wherever they sit on the little chairs they have there, they leave it right there. And the bin there right close to them, right? And over the years, as a Grenadian, we have that problem. When you talk to the people about it, they either cuss you off, they tell you all kind of other things to hurt you. And next thing again, when you speak to the children, you give the children advice, and they go home, they tell their mother, instead of the mother say, well, Miss Camille was right, to give you the advice to tell you this. They say negative things concerning me or anybody else, And these are the people in society, Mr. Romain, that dress with the jacket and the tie, and they're in some big institute, right? And they're in the ministry, and they're all about, and people look up to them. But the things they say about people, and they look down at people as me, that have this, Camille is not a lawyer, Camille don't have a big job in the Ministry of Finance or in the Ministry of Health, so they look down at me and say the worst thing, I work in different ministries, is the government sitting every time. And I see a lot of people in society, they name the right and top, and they do a lot of other stuff. And people have nothing to say. You know something, Mr. Romain? Yeah. We should have a program like how Maria and them does have. I like America, part of America culture, because they doesn't hide nothing, they will expose everybody.
Expose them.
Down to the president. Down to the president of the United States. When you hear the cheat and the wife, you hear they have it, the whole world. They hear about Clinton, they hear about Donald Trump, they hear about anybody. But here, we sweep it under the carpet. And then people pass, and they say all those things about you. And it's so wrong. Because you want to be a good role model for the younger ones that come here, but you're doing dirty stuff. You have a lot of people, a lot of people that have talk show like you on the radio, and when you raise a point, they don't want to hear. They want to cut you off. They don't want you to say nothing. Right? And people must be free to express themselves when they're doing wrong things in the country, because we look up to these people from the head to the cook. You understand?
Yeah.
We look up to them, and we talk about the young people. So a lot of things you see young people doing, they take it from the people on top. A lot of people in society that have big jobs, they want to have 6 children. 6 children with 6 different women. And they had a wife in the house. I know I hit them hard this morning, and they won't like that. But people look up to them. And they destroy a lot of we as women in this country. It's only when your child or your children get some big degree or they get some big work, then you know they want people to know that is a child. But they hurt a lot of women, and it goes both ways. They hurt a lot of people and destroy our lives. Right? And mothers and some mothers go through it for themselves. They say about the kids. Them alone go through the struggle. Just let your child get some big award or some big degree. They have some big job. Then you hear they say, that is my child. And it's totally wrong. It's time that people speak out about this man and woman. What? You have police officers in this country here, all where they station, all where they put them to work. They have a child.
My father was one of them.
Yeah. All where they put them to work, they have a child. In Carrefour, in Granville, in Sutton, Victoria, Samaritan, all where they work, they have a child. Right? And you hurt these women, you hurt them. And then you go and you're married now, you have your wife, you have your lawful wife. And you all want people to look up to you all, but are you running me down to the lowest? Eh? And it's totally wrong. We want a nice society. So you all have to show us the example and do the right thing. And then you run in the church to jump up. I hit in a lot this morning because I was fed up with this kind of thing where people just do people things and say things. And say a lot of wrong things and look down at people. And it's totally wrong. And they're doing all the wrong things. You know? All you jacket and tie that's saving all you. And some of you are men and women.
All right.
You know? Have a good day.
All right,
I'm
Camille.
walking today. I'm going to funeral.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Take care. Yes. Camille Teresa Scott. No, but Camille basically say it as it is, eh? And so when something affects us, we need to speak of it. And speak of it respectively. Right? Some may get offended and so, but there are issues and so, and then what Camille raised to is all part of I mean, making a healthy and prosperous Grenada too, you know. Right? Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Romain.
Good morning to you, my friend.
And good morning to your listening audience. Well, you know, I was listening to Mr. Steele, you know, prior to you coming on. You know, and the thing is, Devon, because, you know, I work in that environment, you know, normally I don't, you know, I don't like to talk about it.
Comment
you know
much
I mean?
of it.
I leave that for other people. But there is no doubt, Devon, that this government have taken many steps to better deliver a more accommodating health service. Yes, there is no question. As those people who come to the hospital on a daily basis, they know that there is much more needs to be done. But there is no doubt this government have clearly taken steps to improve the quality of our healthcare service. Whether it was hiring of more nurses, upgrading the status of nurses, improving the fleet of ambulances, the second example, the second phase of our the second phase of the hospital is well on its way to completion, you know, upgrading the community health centers. But Devon, but while government is doing their part, we as citizens, we as the people, we must also play our role and do our part. And those who are being tasked with the responsibility of policing our environment and establishment must do so without fear or favor. When you look at some of our sites where they pollute, whether it's behind the bus terminal or wherever, there are certain places that we could install the CC cameras and hold those who are accountable for littering. Let us hold them accountable. We must do our part as citizens to ensure that we have a more healthy environment. But Devon, I cannot go without throwing 2 stones. Just imagine that, 22,000 people voted for the NDC. They categorize themselves as the bright, the brilliant, the intelligent, the geniuses, people with impeccable character. But they are refusing to give $1 a month to support the main program on radio. Why? Just imagine that. I listened to Brother Kem this morning. They all praise Brother Kem Jones. That's their hero. They call religiously to bash the government, but they are not prepared to give money to keep the program on the air. Why? Because they don't believe. Because they come to the conclusion that this program is a liability and not an asset. Devon, generally speaking, the NDC upper echelon prefer this program to disappear from the airwaves. If you have a party of the bright, the brilliant, the intelligent, the geniuses, people of impeccable character, and they are not giving, what does that tell you? They are not comfortable with this gentleman.
At all.
And as a result of that, they will prefer that he disappear from the airwaves and somebody else that they prefer comes on and have a program that is more moderate in approach. Devon, have a pleasant day.
Before you go, have you made your contribution as yet?
Well, listen, just imagine that, I am a committed and dedicated supporter and member of the NNP. Prior to the election, you understand, I did make my contribution in a clandestine way because I was of the opinion that, he was really providing me with talking points for the platform.
Okay.
And he was really cementing, the support of the NNP members much more than anyone else. And even up to this time, you understand, I have no problem, I'm telling you, making a contribution because I'm going to say that here, Devon, somehow deep in my bowels, I believe that Brother Kem is an agent of the NNP. Listen, and I say that with no remorse and no apology, because the reason why I'm saying that, because I just don't see how after election you could continue on a path like that, saying what you're saying and doing what you're doing, knowing fully well that it didn't work, it was a destructive strategy, and you continue on that path. And NNP people, supporters just relaxing and don't saying much, no criticism. So I'm convinced that the gentleman is an agent of the NNP, if not a double agent, and I have no problem whatsoever to continue to provide my financial support in a clandestine way, because I believe because I believe what he say and do, it works more in the interest of the NNP. Have a pleasant mood.
Thank you, my friend. Have a wonderful day. Never a dull moment. And in throwing some little stones, and so our glass window, so you have to be careful in which direction you peel stones. But I just can't understand the whole rationale. You have somebody who continues to dedicate their entire voice, right? The mental capacity, the everything towards a particular party, and yet for all, they have to be begging like that on the radio every day. I can't understand that. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello.
These guys talking all this makes sense, boy.
I didn't hear that. Good morning.
I said the guy talking he always make out of sense. I say in truth, man. Because I want to really check it out in truth. Every time I causing NMP, that means tell them to stay away to don't come to NDC. Because they're always causing them instead of talking nice about them, they come by causing them instead. Why he say they make a lot of sense. But you could tell me when that head center started in Guava, man?
Well, as a matter of fact, based on what the
I will you take care.
Okay, all right, boss. Have a good morning. Based on what the Minister of Health has been saying, right, is that anytime soon there would be groundbreaking ceremony for the commencement of construction for that facility. Right? It has been there in the pipeline for a while and so on, and we understand the whole question of funding and everything like that. But I think most of that has been secured. So anytime from now, we can definitely see the commencement of that. And that in itself, right, will be so important, right, for the western part of our island. Right? That center servicing St. John's, St. Mark's, even parts of St. Patrick's and St. George's. Good morning and welcome.
Devon,
Yes, my dear.
this guy was on the radio, condemning NNP. You know this guy was one of the strongest youth in the NNP government.
Yes, of course.
And when he's saying all these things and calling people all names, I wonder if it constant doesn't bother him. And so many people that they like to hear him. If they don't know he was there. He was there. So I don't understand when they just talk about people. He was there. I remember when I used to go in the Ministry of Housing, he had his own office. He had his own office upstairs in the back of the house, right below the hospital there. And that man does just say all kind of things. I don't know if the conscience doesn't bother him, you know. And then they're talking about people, the ungrateful and they straight and all them things. They ask you to apologize when you was going to the meeting and you refuse. And then you come over and NDC side at the time. And the man said all things. I mean, come on. People are stupid.
According to my friend,
people are not stupid in Grenada.
He's a double agent.
You know? I don't say God like some man, you must come and say make me for book. And you can't fool me.
At all.
You understand?
All
So they
right.
have to stop this kind of hypocrisy.
All right,
and
come.
saying that how it is. Good day, yeah?
All right, darling. Take care. Yeah, and you know, it's so ironic, and I make it my business, right? At times, listen, right, to that particular program, and it's just disgusting to hear some of the comments that this gentleman and other people are making when it comes to Grenada, right, and Grenadians. I just can't understand, right? Where are they living? Right? And then for all, after you say all these filthy things, call people all sorts of names, then you turn it around at a particular time in the month and pledge and asking people to pledge their support to you. Right? You call people all kind of beggars, needy and greedy, but you still continue begging the needy and greedy to help you. What sort of foolishness is that? I mean, you need to get some common sense in your head. Boss, this is Grenada. Right? You cannot continue to malign, to disrespect people of this country and expect them to support you. I mean, I would love to see your program continue because, as one of the callers said, you have been, making some very valuable contribution when it comes to politics. You have been given a lot of, points and so to even hit you and even hit the NDC. So, hey, continue to do what you're doing. But make no mistake, there comes a time when the people of Grenada will say to you, right, enough is enough. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Devon. What's up?
Good morning, my friend.
Everything good?
Well, yeah, for the time being.
All right, yeah. Listen, not only our program, but across the board, right? If it's with any program, whatever it is, right? But there must be somebody who's there evaluating the program, right? That should be benefiting to your party or whatever the comments, not just your party, but across in the method of you're doing your program, it should be benefiting, right? And evaluation should be done after every program to see, well, look, this is right, this is wrong, this is where we go wrong, this is, So at the end of the day, the next program, whenever it is due, on the next day, next week, or whatever it is, you better yourself. Yeah? But if you're going in a negative way, there should be a producer say, listen, person, what you're doing or what you're saying is wrong, and you have to go that way. But if you continue down the line, it doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't make any sense. They have the producer away with the listening audience, if there is another position, they should say, listen, cut this off or cut the person off. Yeah?
Well, okay, my friend. Well, you see, in Grenada, they claim that there is no democracy in Grenada. There is no freedom of speech and expression, right? If there was not, right? If your freedom to speak and to share your views and so was curtailed, right, by government and so, right? I mean, you will not hear that type of garbage coming on the radio from from these persons, right? Look, we all have our viewpoints. We all have something to say, right? We can criticize, but criticize constructively, right? We must ensure that whatever we disseminate on air to the audience, the persons listening outside there, from the youngest child to the eldest citizen, we must ensure that we are truthful, right? We do it in a respectable way. Right? You cannot continue to disrespect the Grenadian people and expect them to have sympathy on you. You are in a position, that's your words, you are in a position where you have to beg persons to contribute to the survival of your program. Why? Because you think that you're giving valuable information, but you continue to disrespect people, and not just people, but yourself. Think about it, my brother. Think about it. You can make a much more valuable contribution to Grenada, to yourself, even to NDC, right? If you do the right thing. Yes, you have a listening audience. People listen to you. Share truthful information. Don't go continue maligning persons and disrespecting them, calling them all sorts of names. And so, would you like somebody to do your family that? Your mother, your father? Your child, even your good friends, would you like that? There comes a time when persons who would have the guts and the belly to meet you and say to you, look, what you are doing is wrong. Continue your program, continue, making contributions to the development of the country, but you have to be respectful. You boast of people, thousands of people listening to you. But what are they listening? Tell me, what are they listening to? Your lies, your disrespect to the fellow Grenadians? Yeah, your derogatory comments and so that you make? And so, come on, you got to do better than that. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Romain.
Good morning, my friend.
I just want to share my 2 pence on that issue that you are talking about, that individual.
Of course.
No, you have a talk show, okay? It is open, it should be open to everyone of varying views, right?
Yeah.
You cannot only accept people that throw in your line. You understand? And that is and that individual, anytime someone calls that program and they have a different view to what he's talking about, he targets them as INT. You understand? Many times I try to call that program and he cut me off.
Yeah.
You understand? So he only wants to hear, people that like to, ridicule the government, and other negatives, that's only what he wants to hear. You understand?
Yep.
And the thing is, in the morning, if you don't listen to Shaggy, you don't have a program.
No, you don't. You don't have a talking point.
That's it. I realize that. Yeah.
But hey, that's
brother. Have a nice day.
All right, my friend. You take good care. It's so disgusting when you hear that young man speak about the Imani program, and so you could imagine the comments he made, and look at what he's saying now. Take a listen.
That's the National Youth Training Program soon to come on stream, and forms are now available at the different constituency offices. You can go there and as young persons and get your forms ready, and you will be trained. You will be trained and you will be given, as I understand, a stipend to keep you going. So, the government is not only training persons, but they are given a stipend so you can continue to live. You can continue to get a meal on mornings and so on. So, it is the same thing pretty much like the Imani, but just at a different level.
Yes.
And you know, Clifton, Brother Clifton, the Imani program was criticized a lot. And now we coming with a new program again, and I wonder if it will be criticized. And the persons will run it down. But the Imani program is indeed doing a lot of things out here, positive things, because over 700 young persons are employed to date in the Imani program. And as I understand, they will be taking more persons in the Imani program. So young persons out there, it is so important that you go into the constituency offices and get information in regards to the training, the National Youth Training Program, soon to come on stream, and even the Imani program.
No, I mean, how can someone who claims to be so, so intelligent, right, and so could flip, in just a short space of time like that? He's also a youth. You are a youth, and you have been encouraging the young people of our country to get involved in a good program. What is wrong right now? What is wrong with the program that you do not want the young people of our country to get involved in? They have been over the years educating themselves, preparing themselves for the job market, still getting a stipend, right, from government to ensure that they do what is done, to assist in whatever things they have to do to ensure that they continue the upward movement. And you are against that? You are the same guy who was encouraging them to be part of that program. Now, when you continue to do things like that, would they continue to listen to you? When you speak all that garbage and so? Come on, you need to do better than that. And it's about time that people continue to tell you the foolishness that you are doing. I make no apology for what I say to you, because I'm talking the truth, and I want you to hear that. You got to check yourself. You got to stop disrespecting the Grenadian people, right, and be more fruitful and productive when it comes to talk radio. You claim to be so educational, to have so much education and everything like that, but yet you continue to speak such, vile and dishonest thing that comes from your mouth. You continue to lie on the government. You continue to say things that is not happening in Grenada. When I listen to you talk about the health of our country, right, and the roads of our country, I'm wondering, where am I living? It cannot be in Grenada I'm living when I hear you talk that foolishness. Look, our health services is much better than how it was before. Look at our roads. Work in progress. The maintenance crews are out there ensuring that we have proper roads to walk and to drive on. We are a small country. We cannot do everything one time, but we are doing our best. This government is ensuring that the people of Grenada, right, continues to live comfortable. Comfortable. And that is what they are doing. But when you continue to say all these things about our health services and our roads and the lack thereof of education of our people, and so I'm wondering if you are Grenadian or if you living in Grenada. You need to stop that. You need to be more mature with that. You have people that eventually will be looking up to you in soon time, looking for a good example. You need to do better than that. You need to understand that the world is not, it's not just around you, but there are other people there that lives in it. Stop disrespecting the Grenadian people, and then at the end of the month come and beg them to support your program, to continue to speak that type of garbage. My friend, I can only tell you, I can only give you an advice. Please, tone it down. Be more constructive. Right? Give people things to talk about, to educate them. Be truthful in what you say of what is going on in Grenada. That is just my advice to you, my friend.
Speak, my brother.
Good morning,
Calvin. My brother, man, this morning, you touched my soul, yeah. Speak, because what you're saying is the truth. Mr. Romain,
yes,
thanks for calling back. Please, where I live in now, it didn't have a road, Devon. It didn't have a road. We have roundabout. And the people could testify. The people
Definitely.
could testify that living in Boucherville, right? We have good roads and things is much better. It might be, you know, people have their little problems still, but we live in a little much comfortable. I for one, and nobody in pain me to say that. I am living a little better life than before. Speak, Devon. Speak, give him some advice.
All right, Kami, you
Speak, Mr. Romain.
have a wonderful
And
day.
good morning to the Prime Minister and everybody again. Today is Mr. David birthday. Wish him happy birthday for me.
All right,
Man,
Kami, take care.
Because the truth. And a lot of people want to come here and surprise to see what they're hearing.
All right, take care. Yeah, I mean, it's so disgusting and so. But on a much happier and better note and so joyful note, I want to say happy birthday to the Honorable Peter Charles David, or Charles Peter David. Yeah, happy birthday, my friend. All right, and Minister and Parliamentary Representative for the Tongue of St. George. All right, I hope your family and the people of the Tongue of St. George make this day a wonderful day for you, sir. All right, you deserve it. You deserve it, despite all what they have been saying about you. All right, you have stood up for the Grenadian people, not yourself, but the Grenadian people. Continue to do the good work, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. All right, coming from the Hard Talk family, coming from the members of the New National Party, coming from Grenada on a whole. All right, have a wonderful day, my brother. Yeah, you know, and look, it's sometimes it gets so frustrating and disgusting to hear our fellow Grenadians run down and try to destroy the said country that you live in. It's like we still standing in a house and we just throw gasoline or kerosene in the house and just stand there and just light fire into the house to destroy the house, forgetting that you also, right, is being destroyed. I mean, how foolish can you be, right? Speak to your people and educate them. Give them food for thought. Yes, you don't have to agree with everything that the government does, right? When you feel to criticize, you criticize. But criticize constructively and talk the truth. Nothing is wrong pointing out some of the wrong things that the government might be doing. Bring your facts. Let it be known. Be factual, and you will get support. Grenada belongs to all of us. And right now, around the festive season, as a people, we need to continue to show that love for each other. Not just because we have visitors, all right, or those Grenadians who are returning home for vacation. Not because of that. We have to continue to show that love for our people. That is one of the ways that Grenada will move forward. When together, we hold hands and move forward. We may have differences, but remember, the bigger picture of Grenada is the price. How can we expect this country to move forward when a minority of the people or a section of the country continue to destroy and malign people? Now, God forbid, in perhaps 20, 30 years down the road, you guys have an opportunity to run this country. When you're trying to destroy it now, what will be left for you to govern if you so want to govern? Have you ever think about that? Have you ever think about the position that you are putting your fellow Grenadians in when you try to destroy our Prime Minister, when you try to destroy the members of Parliament, right, and other persons within society? History would never be kind to persons like you. And those of you who continue to spread falsehood and venom on the Grenadian people, you need to stop. You need to get a reality check. You need to be a part of that movement to help Grenada move forward. Grenada belongs to all of us. The Prime Minister cannot do it alone. The NMP party in government cannot do it alone. We need every single Grenadian to be part of this process, this project, that we embark on must remain on that road to development. We must not be shameful of what we are trying to achieve. I mean, for the last 5 years, Grenada has been an example to the rest of the Caribbean. Look at our economy. It has been growing. Look at the healthcare in our country. It has improved. Look at unemployment has dropped. Look at the available, skills training that are there for our young people to move forward. Look at the hotel sector in our country. It is moving. Look at the amount of stayover visitors that we had in the last couple of months. Isn't there something to be proud about as Grenadians? Yes, there is a lot to be proud about. We have a stable country, almost crime-free. Yeah, we're not perfect, but we are moving in a direction that every single Grenadian could be a part of a process that they can be comfortable with, that they can live and love with, they can grow up their children in. Not a society that is divided with venom and persons tearing and spreading rumors and lies about what is going on in the country. Now, persons coming from abroad are listening to these crap that you guys talk about. And when they visit Grenada and they see the difference of what is going on in Grenada, shame on you guys. That is what they will be saying. Because you continue to lie for them. Criticize. Talk the truth. Be honest with what you do. Because at the end of the day, you still have to live in this beautiful country of Grenada. Why try to destroy it? Why try to destroy its leaders? Perhaps one day, 20, 25 years from now, you guys may be the leaders of this country. Would you like the other section of the Grenadians to continue to malign you and disrespect you? You will ask for respect, but respect is not demanded, it is earned. Respect is earned. Fellow Grenadians, brothers and sisters, I urge all of us, as we move forward, as we continue to move forward and bring good things to our country, we must always maintain that love, that togetherness, that brotherhood and sisterhood, that love that we know we are capable of sharing. We must continue to share that. Let us forget about the dishonesty and the ruthlessness that some of us want to portray on some of our leaders and the people of this country. Let us as a people, right, speak truth. Do our best to ensure that Grenada remains that shining light that we know that it is. You know, many countries around the Caribbean are looking towards the leadership of this country, right, who have been taking Grenada from where it was after 2008 to now. I mean, think about it. Dr. Mitchell has been the elder statesman of the Caribbean, going around the Caribbean, giving encouragement and sharing his wisdom and his knowledge, his experience to the different political leaders and prime ministers and people around the Caribbean. We must be proud of that. Because as a people, Grenadians, we have always been a shining example to the rest of the Caribbean. We have led, not following. We have been leading, and we will continue to lead. Whether it's in politics, in the economy, in whatever we do, Grenada will continue to lead. So I want all of us to be mindful. Together we can do this thing. We can really do this thing. Let us forget all the negativity and so that we have around us. Let us cut down. Let us continue to confront persons who continue to spread lies about our leaders and about Grenada on a whole. Let us be a loving people. Let us share and let us contribute to the development of our country. Give us a call. The number is 440-7377, 440-7377, and 347-3 329-3101. Give us a call, be a part of this program. Share your comments, and so be a part of something good that is taking place in Grenada. Good morning to all the parliamentary representatives here in the Spice Island, which include Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And so, good morning, Mr. Prime Minister, and your entire cabinet. Good morning and welcome.
Hi.
Good morning, my friend. How you doing?
Not bad.
Long time I haven't heard your voice, man.
Okay, I just making sure the right number. I said not bad. How things?
Yeah, not too bad, we there.
Yeah, I actually just happened to see a piece on. I just turned on my phone too, and I happened to see. I said, let me just give a call because a little while, when you can't sit down, you've been busy.
That's the idea,
doing the work for the people.
Yep.
Yeah, you've been busy, but I just reminded myself the other day that at least I have to try and call in a few times, because people need to know what is happening. So what's up?
Well, not too bad, Tell me, what has been going on in your part of the world in terms of what you're involved with in government? What has been going on with it's not MAREP.
Oh, BNTF.
BNTF, sorry.
Okay, well, before I go there, I just want to say a pleasant good morning to your listeners, locally, regionally, and internationally. You have a lot of listeners. And just to continue to encourage persons to come, we're in the carnival season. And our carnival is always the best carnival in the Caribbean. There's no doubt about it. We saw a clip last year where a guy came from Trinidad. He said that he's the best juvie I've ever seen. No police, no police in uniform, no police with gun on them, And we just love.
I hear you have a man looking for you and Nazim,
Yeah.
I
look a grey man, a grey beard.
Yeah, a grey beard man.
A grey beard. You ain't looking in the right place.
No, you don't look in the right place. You're cookie eye, man.
Huh?
You're cookie eye.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just want to wish everybody a clean and a safe carnival, we have been leading in that respect in terms of, and I just say you speak about leading, we have been leading in that respect in terms of having a very low crime rate in recent years, carnival season. And just everybody be safe and drink moderately.
Yeah.
That's important because we have seen in recent times a number of accidents on the road. And so, and now I realize we have an upheaval in activities, leading up to carnival. And so persons who are going out have to be mindful that they have to drive back. If it's not for themselves, but they're driving other people back. So they have to be very careful in how much they consume, And so I believe I will have a very good carnival this year. I mean, for what I've heard, tickets, flights are booked out. You can't get flight now.
Can't get no flight to come in.
Just had a relative of a friend who died recently, and they have to wait till the last week in August for families to come because they just can't get flight to come to bury the loved ones. So they have to wait till the last week or the first week in September, where families who want to come can get flights to come. So that tells you the interest people show in our carnival. It's a big economic honor as well.
Yep.
All these flights are coming in, people spending, and so forth and so on. People are happy to see the change, how the culture has developed. I came from China not too long ago, and I met someone on a flight, JetBlue, and they were here about 7 years ago, and they came last year, and they were really, really encouraged by the level of development Grenada went through over the years, And so it's always good to hear it from grey-beard people, the negatives, right? Grey hair and grey-beard people. I know some people know what I'm talking about. But when you hear it from the authentic people who really enjoy Grenada and what Grenada has to offer, then we know that we have something special. There are always people who can see nothing good, and then we have to leave space for them. But let us continue to pray for them. God loves them and we try.
Of course.
anyway. All right, so we'll be interviewing. I have a lot of projects lined up. As you know, we a poverty reduction program, and we have had many successful stories to tell in the past, and I'm sure going forward we will have many more. One of the, keep talking about that all the time, one of the great success stories have been definitely in recent times, probably about a year, 2 years ago, is the reconstruction of Parklet Government School. And while it's not a rural area, talk is on the ground. I mean, talk people just saying that they want it to be a secondary school because it looks so much like a secondary school. You know, the facilities there, the reconstruction, everything just changed. You know, they have everything. They have woodwork area, computer room, and so on and so on. And that is kind of change that we talk about when we speak about BNTF and intervening in poor communities, in the rural communities. You know, you see the happiness on people's face, the satisfaction, on persons' face, persons who benefit from the project, and not only those who directly benefit, but the indirect ones in terms of those who use the facility for whatever purpose, and also for the community people who get employment, who are employed while the project is being implemented. You know, it speaks a lot. So in going forward, we have a number of projects. We have some projects in St. Mark's. We have one or two in St. Patrick's. We have in St. David's schools, toilet facilities, training. We have roads in St. George's Northwest in Happy Hill area. And so we're looking at merging two schools in St. George's Northwest, two preschools.
Okay.
Make it a large school, make it one. Because where the two schools have been occupied now is really not healthy and in the best condition for learning at that age, and that is the only stimulation at that age. So we need to make the conditions better so the kids could have a proper learning environment. In St. Mark, we're doing one or two projects, toilet facilities, upgrade, new. We have a place called Better Village in St. Mark's.
Wow.
And that's a village that, if you know Winty, Winty?
Yeah.
Right, Winty used to have those lands, and in those years he would have given persons the right to, squat on those lands, typical, as a politician as he was, and that place has now become permanent living for some people. And so we realize that the river is closed by, and some people do not have toilet facilities, so we are going to construct toilet and bathroom facilities, washing facilities as well for those persons in that area. Down Street as well in Victoria, we have toilet facility closely playing basketball court.
Yeah, to the bridge around there.
Right. We also improve that, put changing room and, all the fine things that goes with it. And so, St. Mark's, I speaking passionately because you are from St. Mark's. We have also the chocolate factory in St. Mark's.
Yeah.
And so one of the concerns is that when tourists come there, we're going to the tourist season, that there are no public facilities to be used. And so we're upgrading those so that in one time, it is clean and ready to use by locals and persons who come into as well.
Wonderful.
And then you recognize that we have done a brick water project.
Yep.
At the back of the
church.
of the Anglican church. Yeah. And so we're looking at using it to have various activities as well. So all these facilities are public toilets, facilities that can be used by persons.
Well, here, Devon, let me tell you, I don't want to, I got to cut you short because we speedily running out of time. But hear what? One day next week, right? Please, Lord, if you can give us a half an hour or so to kind of enlighten us about some of the continued projects and so BNTF
definitely,
have
no problem.
in space and so
on.
on.
Actually, I didn't call this week about BNTF, but you raised it.
I know, well,
I call this about Carnival. So what is the best song for the year, for the season? Now, just quickly for you.
Well, I like pan, eh?
You like it?
I like real pan.
No know.
I used to play pan, all kind of thing. So I must like Pum Pum. Alright, I must like that. And so Scholar did an excellent rendition. You understand? So I love that. But on
I also have my reservations about that song. Why is it a catchy song, but you have to.
Well, it's all about the mind. It's what you interpret the man what I'm saying, but what you interpret is not what he's saying.
Yeah, but it could be put more subtle.
Anyhow, but you know what?
And I said before, you can tell me July 31st is August 1st. I mean, it doesn't matter how you put it.
Devon,
July 31st is not August 1st.
Devon,
but anyway,
have a wonderful day.
You too. All right, bye-bye.
August 1st could be 31st. Never a dull moment. Good morning to good morning to all the market vendors and those of the small entrepreneurs and so around our country who have just started their business, who have receiving the support from government and the private sector and so to ensure that they become successful as they are. And I really want to encourage persons, especially young persons, and so get involved in some entrepreneurial development and so. Start a project, pull together a number of you and come up with ideas, ask for assistance and so, right? Doing that, right, we can help ourselves and our country. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, and welcome to the program.
Oh, hi. Welcome. I should say welcome to myself to Grenada.
Oh.
You guys are doing a good job, and from what I'm hearing so far, it's really good.
Thank you.
And I'm not hearing you.
Hello? Wow. Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. Give us a call again, though, if you can. We still have a couple of minutes, we can accommodate. And so your contribution, we would love that. All right, that's our first overseas caller for the morning. Yeah, so hey, my encouragement to our young people, this time around, it is around the festive time. Come up with ideas, things that you can make a little money with to help support yourself and not just only depending on your parents. And so, for example, you have carnivals in the air. You have farmers with all different types of fruit. And so we get a next call on our line. Good morning and welcome. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Wow, we getting some problem with that. Yeah, I really want to encourage, right, some of our young persons and so. A lot of fruits, things like fruit bowls. Even going and check a couple of farmers who have watermelons. And so get a good deal from them, right? Sell watermelons and so. I mean, this you got a lot of ways that you can make money. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, I lost you before. I'm here now.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for calling back. Go right ahead.
Okay. What I was hearing before, like I was saying, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You go right ahead.
Oh, what I was hearing before is really, really, really good. Like, those talk shows that talking about Grenada and different things that millions of people is listening. We really, really have to be careful on what we say.
Yeah.
Because I don't really go parties and stuff, but I only go if I'm in Grenada. Like, where it's safe and you don't have to worry about, guns and bombs and, things like that.
Yeah.
So the people who have talk show that have a big audience listening, they have to be very careful in what they do, what they say. Grenada, our tourism and stuff should be very important to us. And another thing that he's saying is that, if you have a house and you just throw gasoline or whatever on it, it makes a lot of sense. Because you in there, that should be your pride and joy, and you can't be destroying it. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry.
Yep.
So This is very, very important. I don't know if I can call them talk show name. I don't want to do that, but they know who they are.
Yeah.
Clean it up, really clean it up. Because, take for instance, Barbados. We don't have Barbadians running down the country because they know tourism is important, right?
Exactly.
So we really got to be careful of what we do and see. Because when you look, they have so much fun, million views. So if they were saying good things, all these people will be having good things to say.
Yeah.
And, you know, my kids are asking, why, not my kids, though. People will ask, why are you not going to Mexico and different places? Because I love my country, and I want people to see when I go back and they show Jamaicans and other friends. It's beautiful. It's safe. I can dance all night if I go to a party and don't have to worry about gunshots. You know, God forbid we don't sound like that. But it's safe. The beach is clean. You could lie down, sleep, relax, you know. I went to my sister one night, and the keys in the car. And we slept all night, and, you know, things like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So we
need to clean it up, really clean it up.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for your contribution. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. Yeah, and rightly said. I mean, we have to do things better than that. We don't want to be, I mean, sitting in a house and lighting it a fire and it burn down with us. No. We need to ensure that we protect ourselves in the house, protect the house, continue to maintain that house so we can pass that house down to our children, the generations that is to come. That is Grenada. As a people, those of us who have the opportunity to help build and contribute to the development of our country, we must do that. Because we have our children and grandchildren looking at us and waiting for us to hand that butter over to them. Do we want to hand over something to them that is not good or is not love? No, we can do better than that. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hard Talk?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a contribution to the show.
Sure, you go right ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to endorse Devon's point about Scholars Tune there, Pum Pum. Because I think what we put into a tune or into a song might be very different from what the artist intends. As we agree, many songs have some subliminal meaning behind them, but you know, anything sublime depends on the interpretation of the listener. I just wanted to
definitely
sort of raise the issue or remind listeners of the tune by Shadow, Pan Man in My Head. I don't know if you're familiar with that tune.
Yes.
And the words are very similar. The chorus, pum pum patim pum 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 pum. And it seems to me that Shadow says pum pum even more than Scholar.
Exactly.
And Shadow's tune was very popular. I think it was even the
Road March.
It was played on all the radio stations.
Yeah.
So I want to say kudos to Scholar. He's a very clever artist, and I think, you know, I'm always amazed at the way in which these guys come up with their lyrics. So I think all of the controversy and the argument that the tune is smutty or that it's vulgar, these things are just based on people's limited mindset. I see nothing wrong with the tune, and, you know, I think, you know, people might just have their own hidden agenda. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. Have a wonderful day. Yes, and, hey, it's just one's interpretation, but I really want to continue to encourage all our artists to continue to do the good work that you're doing. Yeah, you may have a roadblock along the way, but continue to speak of good topics, to sing, right? Not speak, but sing of good topics. So to continue to lift the art form in this country. So then, you know, because that is part of our tourism product. Right? When we continue to have a wonderful carnival, when we continue to contribute to the development of our culture, we can only encourage more people to visit Grenada, thus making Grenada a much beautiful place to always visit and to be a part of. My friends, it has been a wonderful morning, live of discussion and so on. I really want us to continue to be part of this Hard Talk family. Right, to share and to learn more. Tomorrow, please the Lord, we will not be in studio with you per se, but the program will continue, right? It's on, right? We will definitely rebroadcasting the Prime Minister's, right, speech in Parliament tomorrow with a number of one or two other ministers, and so sharing with you, those of you who have not been able to hear what was said, right, by our Prime Minister in the last sitting of Parliament, right? It was what, July 18th, right? It is very important for us to listen and understand what our Prime Minister, right, and the other parliamentarians have been saying, and what is the way forward. Let us not be continuing to carry rumors from where we get them. Let us speak the facts. Let us continue to educate our people. As we move forward, we have a country to build. Grenada belongs to all of us. Let us not destroy it. My friends, one and all, this has been another program of Hard Talk. Thank you for listening. Thank you for contributing. It has been a wonderful 2-hour broadcast, and we hope, right, that you continue to share the love and so with us. My name is Devon Romain, and my technical operator, Nazim, no, not Nazim Buck, Nazim Benjamin. Yeah. Kudos to you, and have a wonderful day, my friends. Peace out.
Amazing! The day cruise going down aboard the all-new Dolly Sea. Sunday, July 29th. SNS Promotion says get on board for the biggest and craziest cruise of the year with Jam King, Chopri, Boise, Inspector, and Tapri. Musical Invasion by Black Storm, Joey T, Ben Jr., and Sub Jr. Together with Short Leg. Tickets cost $50 with a complimentary drink for everyone. Boat says 1 p.m. from the Coronado. For tickets and more info, contact Chucky's Bar, opposite the bus terminal, Shortman in Gregmore, or call 407-1111. Sponsors: Brighton and Miners, Clark's Coat, Amazing Rum Liqueur, Grenada Brewers Limited, Sunshine Promotions, Hippos Tires, Andy Johnson Auto Parts, Skies Construction Company Limited, Carriacou, and Travelers Bar. So Sunday, July 29th, we're aboard the Dolly Sea. Amazing. This one is gonna be memorable.